Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. Okay, today we will learn about trigonometric curve. Okay, for the first chapter of the technical mathematics 2. Okay, we have three elements here. So inside the trigonometric curve, how to sketch the curve, we have to learn about three elements of the curve. Okay, first we have period of the curve. We have amplitude of the curve, then we have phase shift of the phase shift on the curve. Right. So first of all, we look at to the period. So the trigonometric curve involves sine, cosine, cotangent, cosecant, secant. Okay. So we have sine and cos as the main function or main trigonometric function. Okay. So sine and cosine, we have period, so around 2 pi. So if we sketch the graph for sine, for example, so this is pi and this is 2 pi, another pi, 2 pi. So the graph will repeat itself about another 2 pi of the function. Okay, and then we have this definition. The function f is called periodic if there exists a positive real number p such as this. Okay, for all the domain of f, the smallest value of p is called the period of the function. So we look at to the example of sine there. Okay, actually this is proving of the formula of the period, right? So we look at to the, okay, I don't want to go through all of the remarks. Okay, we look at to the conclusion. Okay, from the remarks we can get this. Okay, b greater than 0 is this. This actually is the period of the function. Okay, so based on this, y equal to cos bx and sine equal to y equal to sine bx. So b, what is b? B is a constant of x, constant of element of sine and element of cos, right? Okay, so we go through the example of the period. Okay, example 1, find the period of y equal to cos 3x. So we have y equal to cos 3x there. So obviously from the formula, so we have y equal to b cos bx. So that we get b equal to 3 there. B equal to 3, and sketch the graph on one period beginning at x equal to 0. Okay, first of all, we have to find the period. So solution, we have y equal to cos 3x. So obviously we have b equal to x, that is b equal to 3. So therefore, our period using 2 pi over b to get then we get 2 pi over 3. So to draw the function curve, we can divide the interval from 0 to 2 pi over 3 into 4 intervals. Okay, so this is your period. Right, so this is your period. 0 is your initial point. So obviously for this particular example, we don't have any at the beginning period equal to 0. So this is your initial point, 0. And then divide by 4, then obviously we get pi over 6 there. So pi over 6. Okay, so then we can get the value of y here. So we get value of y. So this is your x, 0. Pi over 6. So obviously this is in radian. So please change your calculator setting into radian. So we have 0. Pi over 6. Pi over 3. Pi over 2 and 2 pi over 3. Then we calculate into the calculator. Then we get y obviously equal to cos 3x. Then we get 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, and 1. Okay, so after you construct the table here, so we can put into the graph, just sketch into the graph based on the point here. So we have point 1, 0, 1, point 2, pi over 6, 0. So actually pi over 6 equal to 30. So how to get pi over 6 equal to 30? We have to multiply pi over 6 of, equal to with 180 over pi. So obviously then we get 30 degree here. So 30 degree, 60 degree, we have 90 degree and 120 degree there. Okay, so we plot the graph based on the point here. Based on the point, then we get this graph cos pi. So actually from the graph, actually we don't have any curve like this. Actually we get this. Actually, please do the correction of the notes. Okay, so we have like the signal curve, right? So cos is the signal curve. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, please understand it. Okay, now we look at the second example of the trigonometric curve. Okay, so then we have this. We have period y equal to sine pi x and sketch the curve of the one period beginning with 0. Okay, you can look at the solution there. So first of all, we have to find the period. So we have period. So we don't have any what we call it amplitude, then we don't have any phase shift there. So 100% of the period. So we can use formula of 2 pi over b. Then we get the period equal to 2. Okay, this interval equal to period minus initial point. So we have initial point equal to 0 there. So period 2 minus 0 equal to 2 divided by 4, then we have half. Okay, so then obviously we can get 1, 0, half. So obviously this period should be in radian there. So pi, half, 1, 3 over 2 and 2, right? So pi in the radian, of course, obviously. Okay, so we can put substitute this x into formula y equal to what the formula is? Sine pi x. Alright, so substitute this 0 into x, then we get sine x, sine 0, then we get y equal to 0. So sine pi over 2, then we get 1. So sine pi, then we get 0. Sine 3 pi over 2, then we get negative 1. And sine 2 pi, then we get 0. 2x, 2 pi, then we get 0. Okay, so you can sketch the graph from the point here. We have 5 points there into the graph. Okay, so this is your graph. Okay, this is your x, and then this is your y should be. Okay, so that this is your graph of the sine pi x. Then we look at the amplitude. So we have amplitude. The formula, the function of the definition of the amplitude is this. The amplitude is the maximum functional value of the graph, and the amplitude is the coefficient of the function. Alright. So we look at this. We have this y equal to 2 sine x. So 2 is the coefficient, right? So the amplitude of the function or the trigonometric function equal to 2. So y equal to 3 sine x. So obviously 3 is a constant. So 3 is the amplitude. So y equal to negative half sine x. So negative half is a constant. So amplitude should be in absolute value. Must be positive. Amplitude must be positive, right? So negative half absolute value, then we get positive half. So we look at the function, look at the example 1, okay, regarding to the amplitude. Okay, we get this. Find the period and amplitude of y equal to negative 3 sine half x and sketch the curve for one period beginning at x equal to 0. Obviously, we have to find the period first. Okay, we have to find the period first. So we get this is your A and this is your B. So B equal to half, A equal to negative 3, right? So therefore, the period equal to 2 pi over B. of equal to b equal to half, then obviously we can get 4 pi with your period. Okay, then to sketch the graph, you have to divide the 4 interval there. So 4 pi minus 0, 0 is the initial point here, x equal to 0, over 4, then we get pi for your interval, the distance of the interval. Okay, then we have to sketch the graph. Okay, actually in between of this we can sketch or construct schedule there. Schedule from 0, pi. So then we have 2 pi, then plus pi, we have 3 pi there, then we have 4 pi. So this function should be in radian, right? Radian, then we can get y value there. So actually this is your graph of the, the schedule of the function. Okay, and then you can transfer the schedule, the graph or table into the graph of the trigonometric function. Okay, what the meaning of the phase shift of the trigonometric curve? Okay, so the phase shift obviously is the shifting. Okay, the shifting of the sine and cos function or cos curve. Okay, but shifting to the pi over 2 or pi, okay, depends on the distance or the value of distance of the shifting. Okay, the shifting is called phase shift. Shifting to the left or shifting to the right. Okay, so we can call it phase shift. Alright, so the general form of the y should be this: sine x minus c, or y equal to cos x minus c. Then c is the phase shift there. So phase shift should be in positive, right? So should be in positive. But if we can get the c is a negative, then the shifting should be from to the left. Shifting should be to the left. Okay, negative, c is a negative, graph should be shift to the left, and if c equal to negative, positive, the graph will be shift to the right. Okay, so these three concepts will conclude the nature of the sine and cosine curve that lead us to the following property. So what is the property? So we have this. Okay, so we have the remarks there. Actually, it's a conclusion of this lecture video. Okay, right? So we have period. Okay, consider y equal to a sine cos sine b times x minus c, or y equal to a cos b times x minus c, where b should be positive. The period of both curve equal to 2 pi over b. So this is the formula. And the amplitude of the curve is a absolute value. And the phase shift of the curve is c absolute value. Please remind yourself, c greater than 0 should be, the graph should be shift to the right. And if c less than 0, the graph will shift to the left. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you very much.